Hello. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is a beautiful day here in New York. We got the sun, we've got the heat. It's going to be almost 80 today. And I'm just going to pull up the live feed. So if you're joining me and you have any questions or comments, I can answer them, but I can't seem to pull up. Oh, okay, now it's loading. There's quite the delay on that. Okay, we got sound. Let me shut that off. So as you come on, say hi. I am working on a bee themed wreath today. I wanted to put something new in my Etsy shop. It's been a while and I've had these signs. So it's probably backwards to you. It says home is where your honey is. And then I also have this other one, welcome to our honeycomb. I'm thinking this one wreath that I'm going to make is going to be great for both of these signs, so I can actually offer two different options, two different listings in my Etsy shop, which is always great because I can make one wreath and have two separate listings using the same material, and I know that I have all of these materials that I can make multiples. So we're going to be starting with this 21-inch roll of yellow Deco mesh. And I'm kind of winging it. I don't really have anything totally planned. I pulled a couple of 10-inch rolls that I have opened already, a tan one. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to go. I'm going to kind of put it together as I'm going. I know I wanted to start out with this yellow. I've got a bunch of rolls. I have, I'll be using this wreath frame from Hobby Lobby. This was from their Christmas collection. At the end of the season, I always try to stock up on some wreath frames if they have them on clearance. They're definitely not my favorite wreath frame to work with, and you'll see why once I get going. Basically, they have an uneven number of ties. It's like they've never even asked a wreath maker, how would you set this up? Because it wouldn't be this way. So there's an uneven number of ties on the frame, which kind of makes you have to add a bow or do something a little bit different than I normally would. Normally I make my own frames. I put my own ties on it. That way I can control that. So as you come on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I love to chat with you guys while I'm live. If you have any questions, leave them down below. So all I've done is just straightened out my ties, and I will be starting on the outside. This one is a little twisted. Okay, there we go. I'll be starting on the outside. So what I'm going to do is open it up a little bit. I'm going to gather it up from the end, maybe about an inch or two. And I'm going to be adding it into an outside tie and twisting it. And then I'm going to be taking a 4-inch zip tie and securing the ends, just for an extra safety measure that it doesn't come out. I'll just trim off these extras. I'm working on my self-healing mat. I always have this down because I use this for measuring out the mesh. I've got a nice sharp pair of scissors. I have a nice sharp pair of wire cutters. And then I always have different size pipe cleaners and different color pipe cleaners to go along with my project. So I'm going to be measuring out 10 inches. This is why it's important to have, need a little more space, the self-healing mat underneath. So I made a little poof, and I'm adding it into the next pipe cleaner. These aren't really pipe cleaners, but I'll probably be calling them pipe cleaners because I usually use pipe cleaners. So again, 10 inches, opening that up, making that poof, and twisting it 2 or 3 times. This is what we call the poof method. So I haven't been on for a while. My kids were off from school last week for spring break. So when they're home, it's noisy. So I wasn't on last week. So hopefully you took the chance to go back and watch my other videos. I have lots of videos from start to finish on all different bow making, ribbon cutting, all different styles of wreath making. So you can go check out either the live section or the video section or the playlist section. So it's nice to be back to just creating. Normally I'm working on orders for my Etsy shop. The ones that I have right now, I'm waiting for my signs to come in, which should come in tomorrow, so I can't really do too much for that. So I wanted to I have a couple of bee-themed signs and supplies that I've had for probably a year or two, so I really wanted to. Bees are still popular for spring and summer. So I wanted to get working on these with Mother's Day coming up. People are buying gifts. You don't know what to get someone. Housewarming, Mother's Day. A new wreath for their front door is something nice because they probably might not think about it. And you can always tailor it towards their specific interests. So now what I'm doing is I'm coming up to the inside and I'm keeping that tight, and I'm just tying it in. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to come down a little bit to 9 inches, 9-inch poofs. And this is not an exact recipe. Some people do 12 inches poofs on the outside. Some people do more or less. It's just, this is my recipe, what I find works. This will be a large wreath. It will not fit in between storm doors. It'll be large and poofy by the time I'm done adding all of the extras. I do make thin ones so that they do fit between the door and the door is closed, but this won't be it. So we're finally starting to get some beautiful weather here. I live on Long Island in New York, and it's going to be almost 80 degrees today. We have not had a really nice spring. Tons of rain, very cold weather. So today's a treat, but although tomorrow and the rest of the week we're back down into the low 60s. So just doing the poof all the way around. I like using this method because those signs are pretty large, and this adds diameter to the wreath. and it makes a nice sturdy base. And I'm just spreading out the loops, the poofs as I go. One more. So that was 10-inch poofs on the outside and about 9-inch poofs on the inside. And now I'm going to cut it off, leaving about 2 inches. And I'm going to come back in with another zip tie and just secure that to the frame. This is actually going to be a 2-part video. So I'm going to get the base done, and then I'm going to go pick out all of my ribbons, change my laundry, and then I will come back on probably about 20 or so minutes later. Okay, so there we go. Oh, say hi. That's Sadie, looking to come in. So you can see it's probably a good almost 6-7 inches already in depth, and it's about 24 inches in diameter. So already we got a nice size wreath. Now we're gonna come, I'm grabbing my rotary cutter, nice sharp rotary cutter, and I want to use up this. Let's see, this one is 17 inches. I'm gonna do, let me think, because I want to make sure I have enough to space it out. I'm gonna do 10 inches. This is a cute, it's got that farmhouse feel to it with the buffalo plaid throughout it. Okay, so that's this. We finished up that roll. I love that. That's why I always keep my rolls, because I try to use it up, and making curls or little cruffles or a great way to use it up and then also bulk up your wreath. 10 inches. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of black. That looks a little short. Put that on the side. Okay, that should be more than enough. Put these on the side in case I need more. So now we're going to tone down this yellow by adding in some ruffles, or cruffles. You're just pinching the middle, and I'm going to go around and add one to every twist tie with one twist. And then I'm going to rotate the mesh. I usually cut these anywhere from 10 to 12 inches when I'm doing this. It all depends on how much I have left on the roll. So we're just rotating it. We're coming to the middle and just doing teeny tiny cruffles, pinching the middle to make like a little bow tie, and twisting it in. Then on top of this, I'll be adding my ribbons. Oh, poor Sadie's whining to come in. My Etsy shop is Crafty Therapy by L. Etsy.com. You can take a look at what I have available. I have lots of bows, wreaths of all different styles and colors. Graduation is big right now, so I have a lot of graduation orders going out, signs and personalized gifts. Great for Mother's Day, Father's Day, housewarming gifts. I've been mailing out a lot of bows lately because they're great to add to an existing wreath. A seasonal bow to an existing wreath just changes it up. Now I'm going to come to the middle. You can also add bows onto lanterns or swags, mailboxes, candlesticks, those wooden door hangers. So same thing, just coming right into the middle. Wow, this one released. Hold on. Just two good twists. And I'm trying to spread out the colors so they're not sitting on top of each other. It might meet up eventually, but you do your best. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, type in #replay. I will go back and answer any questions that I see. I get a notification that there's a comment. I've been making wreaths for about 6.5 years now. Started out selling locally. I do a couple of craft fairs a year. Most of them I just find are just not worth it though. They're a lot of work. Many of them are quite expensive and just not worth the time. So for the most part, I sell on Etsy right now. All right, so we have this completed. And let me grab the sign so you can kind of get an idea. So really pretty. Really nice size. This is going to be a really nice statement piece on someone's front door. So like I said, this is going to be a two-part. Oh, I'm kind of losing the angle here. I'm trying to keep you up there. It's going to be a two-part video. So I've got the base done. And you can see how all of those colors just tie in together. Whether it's this sign or this sign. It's going to be really cute. I have a lot of bee ribbons I'm going to go pull out. Maybe a little bit of buffalo plaid because that's popular all year long. So yeah, my laundry is about finishing up. I wanted to take a break to get that going. Grab my ribbons. And I'll be back in about a half an hour. So I'm thinking at about 11:15, I'm going to go live again. If you want to come back, take a look how I cut my ribbons, how I apply the ribbons. I may make a bow for this and see the final project. Thanks for joining me. Take care.